Now to Abuja, where the immediate past group managing director of Nnpc, Mele Kyari, was interrogated by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Wednesday as part of its investigations into alleged fraud in the state-owned oil company. Kyari was reportedly summoned to the Efcc to answer questions about some key financial transactions while he was at the helm of the company. Kyari had been on the EFCC's watch list in connection to a $7.2 billion refinery maintenance project in Kaduna, Warri, and Port Harcourt. This new development comes as the Federal High Court in Abuja also recently called for a temporary freeze on 4 of Kyari's Jais bank accounts over allegations of fraud. In the meantime, Paulinus Okoronkwo, a former general manager of the Nnpc, has been found guilty in a United States court of transactional money laundering, tax evasion, and obstruction of justice. The charges stemmed from a $2.1 million bribe he received from a Chinese company, Adax Petroleum, which was intended to secure favorable drilling rights in Nigeria. Prosecutors revealed during the trial that the payment was disguised as consultancy fees and was funneled into Okoronkwo's law firm's trust account in Los Angeles. Okoronkwo later used nearly $1 million of the bribe money as a down payment to buy a home in Spain and lied to federal investigators about the source of the funds. A sentencing hearing is scheduled for December 1st, where he faces a maximum of 10 years in a federal prison for each money laundering count. Dr. Bati, over to you. This is such a huge story coming out of, the Nnpc as well.
Okay, 2 things. When Mr. Mele Kyari left office and we were doing an assessment of his performance, we had made the point on this table that yes, while there are issues that people may raise, there are also, commendations in terms of what he has done. But Nigerians are very concerned about the opaqueness of Nnpc Limited, Nnpc before it. And Nigerians were saying they wanted Mr. Mele Kyari to offer an account, particularly on some of the transactions, particularly with regard to the refineries. Port Harcourt refinery that was technically completed. Nigerians say they want to know, how much did you spend? About frontier, they call it frontier exploration, in the Gongola Basin, the Chad Basin, and all of that. People said they wanted details, and so on and so forth. And at that time, he had left on vacation, and he made the point that he would submit himself, and that he was ready to be interrogated. And obviously, we were told now that he submitted himself, he reported at the EFCC headquarters, and the EFCC have also confirmed that, they've been interrogating him. So all of these, interrogations, I think to satisfy the curiosity of the Nigerians, of concerned Nigerians, it will be important to tell us what exactly happened, how far with this, because many Nigerians are already going online now. They are saying, this is what they do. They will invite somebody, who has hired the public office. At the end of the day, you will not hear anything. So I think as much as possible, the investigating authorities should meet the people halfway and let them know what is happening. However, there's also the tendency to engage in a media trial. And I think that, all of us must be careful about media trial, because oftentimes, once you hear that the EFCC or the DSS have invited somebody, Nigerians will just jump to a conclusion. They will construe themselves into a court of law. And it is irresponsible, because nobody is above the law. That's the principle. Anybody can be invited for questioning. That is the job of the investigating agency. But that does not mean that whoever it is guilty. But what we do here is we do media trial. We say it is our money. You were just a few minutes ago saying President Tinubu used our money to buy suits. You said our money. Suppose he used his own money. A man who has been working for years. So we should just be careful about victimizing or demonizing people who have not been found guilty of any infraction.
All right, well said.